Why personal trainers and nutritionists struggle with sales. Let me ask you something. You have spent years learning training, nutrition, programming, client results, and maybe even collected a few certifications along the way. But has anyone ever actually taught you how to sell? Probably not. And that's the reason why so many talented trainers and nutritionists struggle to get clients. Not because they are bad coaches, not because they don't care about their clients, but because nobody ever taught them how to sell. And because of that, they lose potential clients every single week. They blame the economy, they blame competition, they blame social media algorithms, they even blame the pricing. But the real problem is usually much deeper. There are three main reasons why personal trainers and nutritionists struggle with sales. Number one is fear, fear of rejection, fear of sounding pushy, fear of hearing, oh, your coaching is too expensive, fear of being judged for selling. So, what happens? They tend to play it safe. They avoid asking difficult questions. They avoid asking for commitment from the client. They lower the prices too quickly and too low. They hope the prospect signs up when they do this. But hope is not a sales strategy. Think about it. If someone came to you wanting to lose 20 kilos, would you tell them to simply hope that the weight disappears? Of course not, right? You'd give them a plan. Sales works exactly the same way. Number two, lack of structure. Most coaches enter consultations without a clear process. Every call is different from the other. Some start talking about pricing immediately, some spends 20 minutes talking about themselves, some explains their coaching program before understanding the client's situation, and some simply wing it and see what happens. The problem is simple. When there is no structure, there is no consistency. And when there is no consistency, there is no predictable results. The best coaches don't leave consultations to chance, they follow a process. They know what questions to ask, they know what information they need, they know how to guide the conversation from start to finish. Point number three, no processes. Most coaches don't have a system for managing the inquiries, following up leads, booking consultations, handling sales objections, re engaging prospects who ghost them. Everything happens so randomly. Someone messages them on Instagram, you reply when you remember. Someone says they'll think about it as an objection, and then you hope they come back, and then the lead goes cold, and you move on. And before you know it, opportunities are slipping through the cracks. If your sales depends on memory, mood, or motivation, you don't have a system, you are gambling. But here's the good news. Sales is not about having talent. It's not something you're born with. Sales is a skill. And more importantly, it's a process that you need to follow, which means it can be learned, it can be improved, and it can be repeated over and over again. The coaches who consistently get clients aren't necessarily the best coaches. They're often the coaches who have the best sales process. I want you to take a moment to ask yourself, where are you losing clients right now? Is it because of fear, lack of structure during the consultation, or the absence of a proper follow up process? Be honest with yourself. Identify your biggest weaknesses because once you fix that one area, everything else becomes easier. More confidence you'll have, more conversions, more clients, and ultimately a more successful coaching business. So remember this, most trainers and nutritionists don't struggle because they are bad at their job. They struggle because they have never been taught how to sell. And the good news, sales can be learned. And through this course, that's exactly what you're going to do.